Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Episode 16 Recap. Sunken treasure theory and a debate about an ancient nail. For over a decade, the Curse of Oak Island team has been on a quest to uncover what lies beneath the island's mysterious landscape. No matter how small, each new discovery fuels fresh speculation and ambitious excavation plans. However, fans of the series remain frustrated as the team has yet to produce any real treasure. In Season 12, Episode 16, Open Sesame, the search continues with promising finds that could rewrite Oak Island's history. A brick fragment, wooden stakes, and a single nail spark heated debates and wild theories. The team's latest theory suggests that multiple treasure deposits have sunk deep into underground channels. With a caisson now in place, they hope this excavation will finally unearth the answers they've been chasing. A brick, a swamp, and a bowl theory. The episode begins on Lot 5, where Jack Begley discovers what appears to be a brick fragment. Though an unremarkable find at first glance, lab analysis reveals that it closely resembles other Canadian bricks found on the island. This leads to a controversial conclusion. Anthony Graves, a historical Oak Island figure, may have hidden Spanish coins in the swamp vault. Meanwhile, Jack joins the search in the swamp, where survey stakes, rocks, and a mysterious metal object emerge. These discoveries prompt yet another war room meeting, a crucial step in deciphering Oak Island's riddles. The discussion soon shifts to a striking new theory. Multiple treasure deposits in the money pit may have sunk over 200 feet into the solution channel, making retrieval even more challenging. Aladdin's Cave and the 18th century nail. Determined to prove their latest hypothesis, the team shifts focus to Aladdin's Cave, a money pit section that was explored earlier by the Oak Island team with no major results. This time, excavation uncovers wood believed to be from a tunnel, hinting at possible human activity from centuries past. Among the finds, Gary Drayton pulls up an aged nail, which prompts another round of testing. In the war room, metallurgist Emma Culligan confirms that the nail is of English origin, dating back to the 1750s. However, the team challenges her assessment, speculating that it may actually be a fastener from a 1600s William Phipps treasure chest. As the episode ends, the team remains confident that their ongoing dig will bring them closer to solving Oak Island's enduring mystery. Will the next excavation finally reveal proof of buried treasure? Or will the search continue with more theories and unanswered questions? Fans will have to wait and see. The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Episode 16. Sunken treasure theory and the ancient nail debate. As the sun crept over the misty horizon of Oak Island, another day of treasure hunting began in earnest. The episode kicked off with a renewed sense of urgency as the team was abuzz with a new theory. One that suggested that some of the island's most valuable artifacts might not be buried in the earth at all, but rather hidden beneath the waters surrounding the legendary isle. A deep dive into the sunken treasure theory. Rick Legina, standing by the shoreline, gestured toward the choppy waves as he explained the latest findings. If you look at historical shipwrecks, a lot of treasure gets scattered when a ship goes down. What if something was lost offshore? He proposed. This wasn't just wild speculation. Over the past several episodes, metal detecting expert Gary Drayton had turned up a number of small, curious artifacts along the island's beaches. Coins, lead fragments, and even what appeared to be a heavily corroded piece of a chain. It had led them to wonder. Had a ship transporting treasure offloaded something near the island before sinking? To test this theory, the team brought in diver Tony Sampson, who suited up for an underwater investigation. As he descended into the murky depths near the money pit area, the tension was palpable. Marty Legina and Alex Legina stood on the boat, watching the live feed from Tony's helmet camera. "I'm seeing something," Tony's voice crackled over the radio. "It's a structure. Looks man-made." Excitement surged through the group. Tony maneuvered closer, brushing away sand to reveal a section of what appeared to be wooden beams, suspiciously aligned in a way that suggested deliberate placement. "Could be old ship timbers," he added. Back on shore, the team analyzed sonar scans of the area and realized there were several anomalies nearby, potentially more wreckage, or even a hidden cache of artifacts. While they couldn't immediately confirm the presence of treasure, the findings were compelling enough to warrant further exploration. Marty was intrigued but pragmatic. "We need to get permits for a more extensive dive. But if this pans out, we could be looking at an entirely new chapter in Oak Island history." The ancient nail that sparked a debate. Meanwhile, over in the research center, archaeologist Dr. Aaron Taylor was scrutinizing a small but controversial find from Lot 5, an iron nail that had been unearthed earlier in the season. On its own, a nail might not seem exciting, but this wasn't just any nail. It had an unusual shape and corrosion pattern that suggested it could be centuries old. Dr. Taylor believed the artifact bore resemblance to fastenings used in medieval shipbuilding, specifically from the time of the Templars. "If this nail is what I think it is," he explained, "it could be evidence that European explorers were here far earlier than previously thought." However, not everyone was convinced. Historian Doug Crowell, ever the cautious researcher, countered, "We have to be careful not to jump to conclusions. We found lots of nails on this island, some from the 1700s, some even older. Without further testing, we can't definitively say this is linked to the Templars." The debate heated up as they examined the artifact under a microscope. The composition of the iron and the way it had been forged suggested pre-1600s craftsmanship, but there was still uncertainty. The Laginas called in blacksmith expert Carmen Legg to give his professional opinion. He held the nail, turning it over in his hands before nodding thoughtfully. "This wasn't made with modern tools," he confirmed. "But whether it's medieval or just colonial era, that's harder to say without more analysis." With no clear consensus, the team decided to send the artifact for further testing at a specialized lab, hoping metallurgy analysis could pinpoint its origins more precisely. Final thoughts and the road ahead. By the end of the episode, the team found themselves at a crossroads. The sunken structure offshore was one of the most tantalizing discoveries they had encountered in recent seasons, but it would take time and permits to explore it fully. Meanwhile, the mysterious nail had opened the door to more questions about early visitors to the island, but definitive answers remained elusive. As the team gathered around the war room table, Rick summed up the episode's findings with his usual quiet optimism. "No matter how many questions we answer, Oak Island always gives us more to chase. And that's what keeps us going." With the promise of further underwater investigations and scientific testing on the ancient nail, the episode ended on a thrilling note, leaving viewers eagerly awaiting what new twists lay ahead in the next chapter of The Curse of Oak Island. Would you like me to add anything extra, like some dramatic flair or a deeper focus on a particular part?